Mike Scaccia here, Wildwood Guitars. I work for Gibson and I play for the band's Ministry and Rigor Mortis. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my technique. It is a pretty awkward technique. There's no, I guess, textbook way of explaining it because it's all kind of natural. I basically, when I was about 10 years old, crazy little story about how I got into playing guitar. I've always been a fan of it from the time, as long as I can remember, seeing guitar players on TV and stuff and hearing them. But my best friend had, at the time, his sister played guitar. And I used to watch her, you know, because she was kind of hot, and I thought it was really a cool thing. Wow, this chick's playing guitar. So she caught me watching her one day. So she goes, "Hey, what are you doing? You know, oh, man, she goes, you want to play the guitar?" I was, "Sure." So, you know, I picked up her guitar. It was a Fender, I think it was a Fender Mustang, really ugly puke green color, kind of cool looking. And I picked up the guitar. She hands me the pick, and out of nowhere, the first thing I did was this. That was the first thing I did on guitar. So she freaked out, called my parents and said, "Look, man, your son's some kind of weirdo, and I'm gonna give him my guitar," you know? So I was like, "Oh, cool," you know? So I had that weird, you know, that weird style that I kind of like saw Les Paul doing when I was a little kid. And I just thought it sounded so cool hearing him do. So I would sit in my room and do that all day long. Now in the beginning, I was kind of doing it, I was holding my pick, I don't know if you can see this, but I kind of awkward my picking technique like this. So it was like, I can't hardly do it now. And then I kind of changed it to where it was like a almost masturbating thing there. So I don't know if you can see it. So anyway, I kept doing that till my parents were sick of it and decided to send me to get some lessons. And so I go to this old guy. I don't know where they found him. It was a horrible experience for me, actually. I went to this guy's house, and I had a Beatles songbook. And I was so excited to learn a Beatles song from my sister. She wanted me to learn, I think it was Rocky Raccoon or something like that. And I couldn't do any chords at the time, but I could do that. So I go in there, and the guy's like, he takes my Beatles book and starts laughing. Like, "Yeah, right, you know, yeah, you'll basically never learn this, right?" So I started to get a little scared, and he goes, "Well, let me show you something," and he wants me to play like, you know, and I don't want to learn that, you know, I want to learn, I want to learn something like that, and so I said, "Man, I don't want to learn that, you know." I go, "What's this?" And he got mad and said, oh my God, what are you doing? You're holding your pick wrong, and that you should never, ever do that. Don't ever, ever do that. So I freaked out and got up and left, went out in the parking lot and smashed my guitar in his driveway. My dad came running up and was like, you know, what the hell happened? And I go, "Man, this sucks. I don't want to play anymore. This guy, you know, told me I sucked and I would never be anything." So it kind of really discouraged me. And, you know, I teach guitar now, and no matter how bad the person is, you know, I would never, ever do that. You know, that's the wrong thing to do. And I hope to see that guy in hell one day. But you know, I kept playing. I wound up getting another guitar. It was like ES335 copy guitar. I think it was a Kent or something like that, and started playing, started listening to music. I gave up on the lesson thing, and I just started listening and I was listening to, like, I think the first song I ever did was a Yardbird song. I Ain't Got You. It was like. So that was the first song I learned. I picked it out all myself, and I was pretty happy. And then I got into, I started getting into, learning chords and weird melodies and progression, not realizing what the hell I was doing. And eventually found some friends of mine who were playing and took it from there, and I just kept practicing and practicing until I eventually thought I was good enough to take lessons. And when I finally went in to take lessons, I just sat in there and jammed with my teacher, this guy named Danny Wigley. He owned a music store called Wigley & Son, and that's where I bought my first Gibson, actually. And he was all into Jeff Beck, so when I ripped out I Ain't Got You, it was on, And man, he was really good to me, and he gave me a lot of confidence in my playing. And everybody knows when you're a guitar player growing up, there's a lot of competition and stuff like that. And I never wanted to be a competitive player, because to me, the more players, the better. Who wants to be the best? There's no such thing. Everybody should play. It's just a beautiful, great thing to play guitar.